Hello and welcome back to another episode of the What is K-pop podcast, where in which I, your host Sophie, talk about anything in regards to K-pop, specifically groups, members, discographies, choreographies, outfits, concepts, survival shows, anything like that, to one day answer the question, what is K-pop? Now, today's episode is all about DXMON, a group under SSQ Entertainment, formerly NV Entertainment, and they debuted on the 17th of January 2024 with the mini album Hyperspace. And the six members' names are Minjae, Sieta, TK, Rex, and Joe, and they released a pre-debut single on the 1st of January 2024. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about them. I will say that the group is well, to be fair, I don't really have much to go on, but their songs seem pretty good. I listened to Vitamin U, and I genuinely was like, this is alright, but I've not really listened to anything else from them, mainly because of the fact they only debuted like 6 months ago, so they've not really put out much. But yeah, no, they seem decent. They seem like good group, and can't wait to see if they go far in the industry. And I wish the group the best of luck. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about the members today, and about what their names, their like their stage names, their birth names, their positions, birthdays, zodiac signs, and like a key fact about them, and yeah, anything else that I generally want to talk about. That's like the general thing of the show. If there's not much information, I'll try and give my own opinions on the group, but I mean, to be fair, I don't really have one. There isn't really much information to go off of, so I unfortunately can't really tell you much more than, the information that we have on the internet. So yeah, first up we have Minjae, or Baek Minjae. He is the leader and main vocalist, born on the 9th of July 2003, which makes him head cancer. And he was the first member to be revealed and has an older sister. I do too. I wonder if it says like how many years older than she is probably not given. Sometimes it is kind of like private information. So we do know where he was born. He was born in Daegu, and he was the last member to join the company of the group. And he hates Hawaiian pizza. I do too. My parents and my sister got a Hawaiian pizza for their dinner last night, along with a vegetable pizza. And those are like the two flavors of pizza I do not like. But even then, I don't really like pizza like that. I like the pizza you just get like from Tesco or something. Not sponsored, by the way. Like, I even like the basic cheap fish fingers they have from there too. And like my dad tried to like get me some like of the more expensive ones, and my mum was like, no, she won't eat those. I will eat them, but I have eaten them, but like she likes the cheap stuff. And it's true, I do. I don't. It's just nice. It's just nicer. Yeah. Next up we have Sieta, or Kaiwazawa Sieta. He is a vocalist, born on the 21st of February 2003, making him Pisces, and he is Japanese and is the oldest member of the group. And he was born in Yokohama in the Kanagawa Prefecture of Japan, and he was the sixth member to be revealed and can play drums. It's a bit more information about him, which is good. And he has an eyebrow piercing. See him. But what's actually quite common with eyebrow piercings, because it is quite close to the bone, it kind of gets rejected a lot by people's bodies and stuff, so that's why you don't typically have an eyebrow piercing for that long. So why Jungkook from BTS doesn't have his anymore, and why his lip piercing still continues. to be a thing. It's like how on your earlobe, obviously it's just skin, and like the cartilage is a little bit better, but because of the fact that like the piercing is quite close to the bone structures, like kind of it gets kind of rejected more commonly because it isn't like it's not really like a place that like metal is really wanting to be there. So and he has two cats, Onaka and Vanilla. Oh my god, that's so cute. Next we have he, or Shin Young-so. He's the one that starts Vitamin U. And I'm like, I wanted to see who this guy was. Now I know, and yeah. He's the rapper and was born on the 28th of December 2005, making him a Capricorn, and is Korean. He also speaks Japanese almost every day. That is cool, you know, bilingual. We love that for him. I'm gonna roll this down so I can see a little bit more. Doesn't say where he was born. Next member is TK, or Kim Tae-kyu. He is a rapper and a producer, born on the 9th of January 2006. He's 18. Wow, that's how time works. He would be 18, wouldn't he? It's 2024. Yep, that doesn't make me feel old at all. I just love looking at these ages, and then I kind of realised that like I'm getting older. And he was the second member to be revealed, and he's also known as Tae-gyuk, and has good production skills. I nearly said pronunciation, but that is not correct. Let's have a look at any more information. Yes, ever since I went on holiday, my laptop has kind of been a bit questionable with the internet connections, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. And he was born in Yeoju in Gyeonggi-do, South Korea. And yeah, I mentioned he was the second member to be revealed, and he wrote his own song for the monthly evaluation, which is very cool. Next member is Rex, or Kim Min-jun. I like his visuals, very nice. And he's a rapper and a dancer, born on the 27th of July 2007. Would that make him then? So it's not been his birthday yet. 17? 16? Yeah, 16. Okay, and he is a Leo, and he is Korean and Korean Uzbek. So one of his parents is from Uzbekistan. Believe that's what that means. Does it say? No, it doesn't. Okay, that's fine. And he was born in Gyeonggi-dong in the Gyeongju part of Incheon, South Korea. And he has an older sister and a younger brother. And his sister is Kim Soo-jung. Do we know? It's just her Instagram page. I follow a lot of people. I can't log into Instagram on here. That's fine. Okay. And last but no means least, we have Kim Jung-sung, rapper, dancer, and matinee, born on the 4th of February 2008, making him currently 16. Yeah, he's just turned 16. Okay. The only problem with like idols who are this young, it makes me feel weird listening to their music as like a 20-year-old, because it I don't know, it feels weird. But then also I listened to No More Dream, and Jungkook was like 15 then, and it's like kind of trying to remember that like there are other groups with members who are that young when they first started out. Like, we don't think of Jungkook necessarily as that young kid anymore, because, you know, everything he's done with his solo career, tattoos, the piercings and all that jazz and stuff. But, you know, these kids are very young, and I don't think they should be subjected to such harsh criticism and like such a harsh world at that age. Because I certainly know when I was 16, which was 2019, that I was extremely stressed out, and I couldn't have even thought about being in the public eye, or like being famous, or like doing anything in that kind of world, because I could barely cope with the slight bit of attention from my classmates on like Instagram, or being seen by my new classmates in, no, actually I wasn't in those, or like being thought of as not intelligent enough because I'd failed maths and stuff like that at that time. And like I just am worried about these kids' mental health. And I understand it's like, well, if they're talented enough to do it, then you should just let them do it. You can't say like just like press their talent. And I'm like, I'm not saying that. God no, I'm not saying that. It's just K-pop is so harsh. The entertainment industry is so harsh, and I don't think that these literal kids should be in the industry quite yet, unless like companies are doing a lot more than they are doing now to try and prevent these kids from seeing the comments about their ages. Or maybe better yet, just don't tell the public these people's ages, and like keep it a bit more private, and only reveal the ages of the members who are over the age of 18, maybe. Or just do more to protect these idols and that sort of stuff, because like we have entertainers in like the Western industry who are that age and a lot younger, like even like YouTubers and like these family vlogging channels, and like I just wonder if like Baby Monster's Chiquita, like obviously she's like the poster child for young idols at the moment. She's like, what is she, like 14, 15? I don't know, I can't remember, because I'm just staying away from Baby Monster as much as I can do, because like I like their music, but I don't like it enough to want to be terribly involved in anything. She's 15. She's 15. But like the thing is like she's talented. Don't get me wrong, she's talented. Like, do you really think that do you really think that sacrificing a literal child's mental health because they're talented is really the best decision? Like, I understand that you shouldn't waste someone's talent, but K-pop is just different. They are just so much, they're under so much more pressure and under so much more scrutiny in K-pop than anywhere else in the world. And like if they were in a completely different industry, they wouldn't have as much criticism. But because it's K-pop, it's like almost like vomit inducing. It's like, it's horrible. Like I couldn't imagine being involved in that. And like, she's 15. You know what I was doing when I was 15? I was panicking in like corridors, hoping that like someone was going to notice me and like ask me if I was okay and actually do something. But because of the fact that it's Chiquita from Baby Monster, extremely talented maknae, is in the center for sheesh. Like no one in the company would even think to notice if she was struggling, if not for her own members. And like they don't really have the power to do anything because they're just as much under the scrutiny as like everyone else, and like trying to get through everything with trying to get through the same amount of issues as she is, and like working with them so much to try and be, you know, the YG's next biggest thing. I'm like, just stop and realize who these who these people are, and like be like, do we really think that a 14, 15-year-old is going to be able to cope with this? I don't know. It's at the end of the day, my opinion is going to do nothing, you know. It's been said so many times and it still hasn't changed anything. So I do hope that if there is going to be any change, that it happens kind of sooner rather than later. I know how I haven't even finished talking about Joe before I went on about Baby Monster. Honestly, the episode is coming soon. I just need to do it. I don't want to. I just don't want to talk about them because I just think they're too young. They're just so young. They need a more diverse range of members of different ages. They need like more members so then the spotlight isn't on them. So it's not on the younger members. Well, it probably is because like Chiquita's like the popular Macne, the popular talented Macne. I feel like I'm going insane. I'm like, oh my god, this is like the weirdest thing I've ever talked about on it. Okay, so Joe was born in Hangong in the Guangzhou Gwangmyeong part of Gyeonggi-do province of South Korea, and he has a younger sister, and he was the 5th member to be revealed. Very interesting. And he's the kid that he's the member that has the spiky hair. He is Joe, the Macne. Okay, good to know. I'm always trying to like find distinctive features about them that I can remember, but if I'm gonna say hair, it's just gonna change. So, you know, I think he might continue to do the hair thing. He's gonna be the hair member. The member that does the weird things with his hair, not just dyeing it, but dyeing it and then putting it into spikes or something. Very reminiscent of, was it Dara? One of them, yeah, I think it was Dara of 21. 2NE1. Yeah, it's been a long day. Literally this morning, it was like, what was it, like 4:30 in the morning? I woke up and I was cold, or at least like, yeah, I wasn't cold, but I was cold. And I was like, oh, I'll just get me quilt. And I had this weird dream about Specsavers, which is a glasses company, an opticians, that's the word, an opticians company in the UK. And I think other places too, I don't know. I had a dream that I had an appointment and it was later on in the day, about 5 o'clock, I think. Wait, I don't know. It was late in the day. And I tried to go to the place, but no one was like being like, oh, are you okay? Are you here for an appointment? And so I went up to loads of people and they just ignored me. And it was like a really, really weird dream. It's very convoluted. And then it like involved K-pop idols, I think. And it got to the point where I was like, I need to wake up. And it was like, I was half awake, half asleep, you know, when you get those dreams where like you can feel yourself in bed, but you're still dreaming. And so I forced myself to get out of the dream, and I saw that it was like 8:10, which I'm normally up and downstairs having my breakfast at that time. So I was like, what? I literally sat up in bed and I said, what the fuck? I'm surprised my parents weren't like, are you okay, Sophie? And so I got up and I went to go and harass my mum as I usually do. And she was going to get up apparently, but my cat, Jelly Petal, went to go and sit with her and like snuggled up with her. So I was like, oh, that's cute. And so I had breakfast alone. That sounds really bad, I swear. It sounds as though I'm just like a salty Peach. Well, I live with my parents, and I live with my sister too, and I just want to have breakfast with my mum sometimes. So I used to do that a lot actually when well, not a lot actually, but we would do it every morning before she would take me to school. So it's kind of like that thing that we just do. Yeah, no, I kind of missed that, and she said that she wanted to have breakfast with me, but it was fine. I might ask if she wants to have breakfast with me tomorrow morning. Yeah, no, you don't need to hear about that. But yeah, thank you as always for listening. You know, it's always nice to know that someone is listening to my ramblings. And you can follow my Twitter if you want to. It's just at what is K-pop 2024. My personal account is blackcats2003. I did have an Instagram, but it got banned. I do have a TikTok, but I don't post on there. If you ever want to know what's going on in my personal life, just watch the most recent episode. I normally talk about it there. But other than that, I will talk to you lot again very, very soon. Bye.